story has a deep significance, but you need to get to the bottom of it. Makhan Chor, Krishna is associated with stealing butter, right? The moment you say Krishna, you think of butter. And many people don't understand the significance and they criticize us and say, "Oh, you can't find anyone else to worship except a guy who stole butter." But the significance is so deep. And how else will you communicate the deep significance except through a captivating story? And they've done it so brilliantly that you can't forget the significance because the story is so captivating. Now, what it signifies, what it conveys is that butter pervades milk. But when you see milk, do you see butter in it? No. But there is a technique of extracting the butter from the milk. Similarly, when they tell us that God is omnipresent, is everywhere, all pervading, you say, where is God? You look around in the world, you don't see God. But they tell us, God pervades the universe just as butter pervades milk. And just as there is a technique of extracting the butter, there is a technology of extracting spirit from the world, from your mind. And that is what we need to remember when we remember stories of Makhan Chor, the dahi handi and all that takes place. It's not just a celebration. It conveys something deeper. And unfortunately, we have forgotten the significance. And so we have just continued with the empty rituals. This doesn't mean that we should stop the rituals. It only means that we should infuse our celebration with this deeper understanding. So, how do you extract butter from milk? You first heat the milk to lukewarm, not too hot, not too cold, and introduce the culture of yogurt, dahi, in it, a little bit. And then the most important part, you leave it. You leave it untouched for a few hours and the fluid milk becomes solid curd, dahi. This then is churned. Churned not in an electric mixing, but you know how it is traditionally, clockwise, anti-clockwise. First you tie a rope around the wooden or whatever it's called and churn it. And when you do it, if you do it the right way, the whole procedure, within a few minutes, pure white butter comes up to the surface. This butter is removed. Whatever the family consumes, it consumes. What is left over is preserved in water before refrigeration came. And every day the water was changed and more butter was added to it. And when sufficient butter was collected, it was heated, and in that heat, the white butter that is perishable became ghee, which is imperishable, relatively. So, this is how you extract spirit, Atman, from your mind. The mind is fluid like milk. It's going all over the place. This mind must be made lukewarm, which means you must have experiences of the world. It can't be so cold that you don't know what the world is. And it can't be so hot that you're partying every night till 4 a.m. Basic experiences of the world that all of us have. To this you introduce the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita just a little. And leave it. Leave it means it's not that you go to sleep. Reflect over these ideas. And then this fluid, restless mind becomes mature, stable, focused. This mind must then be churned by assertion of the real and negation of the unreal. Assertion of Atman, negation of the world. And when you do that, your pure sattvic thought surfaces in your mind. All the rajas and tamas, the selfishness, the foolishness, the attachments, all of this vanishes. And what remains is just thought of Atman, the purest thought. This last thought cannot be removed by any further human effort. You've done your best. It vanishes by itself. And how beautifully they've conveyed it by saying, Krishna comes in the middle of the night and steals the butter. So which means that last thought goes by itself. What remains is Atman. So in this simple story of Makhan Chor, the highest philosophy is conveyed.